great day and you have good taste tuning into WOCA The Source with Ocala Talks and Tom Schmitz. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. It is the birthday of the United States Marine Corps. Happy birthday to the Marine Corps. Galen Unal joins us from Life South as he does every day. Brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling the pandemic, give them a call at 352-854-6262. We'd also like to thank family-owned and operated Penn Flooring. They've been serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They are a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solution for your flooring needs. Go see their amazing showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street here in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. And just in time for the holidays, Just Shipped has flipped the script on shipping. Before, you had to get your holiday gifts. You had to box them up, wrap them up so they didn't break in shipping, put them in a box. You know, you had to buy all of that. Then you had to go stand in line at the UPS store, the post office. Well, Just Shipped will do all that for you for a small pickup fee plus postage. They wrap the items, they box them up, they go stand in line, saving you time and money. And we know time is money, so they save you money on top of money. Go to justship.net for more information. Galen, sad news today. I know your wife doesn't agree with this. Well, she may actually agree with this. You missed out again on Sexiest Man Alive.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Apparently the older you get, the better your chances are. I think Paul Rudd's like 116, so maybe there's hope. But he has hair. If you
See, that's key.
Every Sexiest Man Alive has hair. Therefore, I'm out. I have no hair. I'm not winning. I have that male pattern baldness. My wife won't let me shave my head. She says my head is ugly. I don't know.
Your head's kind of pointy, let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. At least I have a neck, not a thigh.
And I have a thigh. I do. I really have 3 thighs, without a doubt. Oh, and by the way, I would shave my head every year the day after my birthday because it was late July and football season was starting. So you shave all the hair off because, Florida and South Georgia. I don't know if people know this or not. It's hot playing football down here. It's not a winter sport down here. Which, by the way,
that's not a thing. That's not a thing anymore.
No. Which, by the way, if you are ranked high enough to have all your playoff games at home, that can come into a huge advantage to you when the likes of the University of Maine and schools like that or Massachusetts are coming in to play you. It really helps that in December in the playoffs it could be 86 degrees with 70% humidity in Statesboro. It really helped.
But nobody wants to live in those areas.
No,
that's the downside.
But
cold.
Let me ask. I wonder what the criteria for this sexiest man alive is. Because how the hell did Paul Rudd win?
It's a fair point. I have no idea. I'm like, all right, well, okay. I guess it was his turn. I'm sure there's a lot of lobbying behind it with their agents and stuff.
There would have to be. There's got to be a PR team that gets behind it. There's got to be a PR team that gets behind it.
I would think it would be a tremendous amount of pressure if you had to rely on your looks for a living, right? I think that would be incredibly difficult.
Well, see, like I said, I don't shave my head anymore because I used to shave my head for football. But I found out that when I shave my head, not only do I have a thigh for a neck, I got like crevices and divots, and I got one of those. Heads that's lumpy. It's not good. Looks like a Shar-Pei. It's not good. It's not good.
What are those people? What are those people called to read the bumps of your head and can tell your future?
Weirdos.
Yeah. Good luck with mine.
Weirdos. Yeah, I got when you shave my head, if you see me from behind, you think it's a Shar-Pei. It's just not good. It's not good. And I was just told by my significant other, you're not shaving your head. So even my wife's like, no, not happening. Not going to happen.
Well, again, when you're married, none of your bodily decisions belong to you. right? Your wife can change her hair color in a heartbeat, but if you were to do it, not good.
Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. You know, I haven't shaved for the No Shave November. And she so likes it, this monstrosity of hair that is just gross on my face. But she but as soon as December 1st hits, gone. It's out of here. It's out of here.
Unless she says no,
I know.
and then it'll stay.
No, it'll go. It'll go. I draw the line in the sand, pal. I am the master of my domain, as long as she says so.
Unless she says.
As long as she says so.
That's correct. That's absolutely right. Unless she says no. Why don't you keep it for a little while?
Well, okay.
Just trim it up.
All right. Well, we'll try that.
You're going to start going to the barber shop with you next.
But I mean, what? I didn't even know Paul Rudd was still in entertainment.
No, it's pretty good. I did, I guess.
And do you see him in the same vein as women? I need women to call the show, because how is Paul Rudd in the same vein as Matthew McConaughey, Brad Pitt, and George Clooney? How?
I don't know.
How's that work?
Maybe he's sensitive.
Okay.
I don't know, Tom. I don't know anything about it.
When they said sexiest man alive and said Paul Rudd, I was like, huh? Did they use calculus to come up with that? Was there an algorithm they used? Because something's not danger. Will Robinson, danger. Something's not computing.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah, absolutely right. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't.
Well,
I think I think he was great in Anchorman, but he himself isn't funny.
He was good in Anchorman, but it was because he.
It's because of the cast. Because of everybody next to him.
Oh, so I got a group text going on with my buddies, and one of my buddies referred to another one of my buddies as a derogatory term about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And so every time that I talk to that other buddy, I remind him of that. And he doesn't hold me responsible. He holds the guy that originally referred to him that way responsible for every time I reference it. It's wonderful how that works.
Nickname comes about.
Wonderful how that works. You know, I have probably the best nickname. And, you know, I'm not a fan of nicknames, but I have probably the best nickname ever that was given to me by Coach Russell. It really is a great nickname. And I used to, you know, it was on my practice clothes and everything. I don't go by it now, but Coach Russell called me Shampoo. I looked at him and I go, Coach, why shampoo? He goes, son, you ain't nothing but head and shoulders.
That's fantastic.
Made perfect sense, didn't it?
Oh.
Makes me.
Oh, yeah, you're in. Thank you, Coach. That'll be on my tombstone.
Soon as he explained how he came about the nickname, I go, well, makes perfect sense now.
Well, okay, Coach. Yeah, that's why you're a genius and a national champion, and I'm just here to break the wedge.
And there's nothing I can deny about that nickname. Nothing I can. There's no way I can refute that nickname. Just can't do it.
I like that. That's funny.
Hey, speaking of refuting, the Green Bay Packers need to refute a $350,000 fine, I would think, given to them for violating COVID protocol, because not only one but two players violated COVID protocol. Aaron Rodgers, we know of, plus a wide receiver that's on the team, a third-string wide receiver. But now the Green Bay Packers fined $350,000 for violating protocol. Aaron Rodgers, $14,260. That seems a little backwards to me.
You know, I will say I was really glad that State Farm stuck behind him. I thought for sure they were going to just lay that guy out to dry. You know, I thought Aaron Rodgers was just going to be out there all by himself. But I was pretty happy that they stuck with him. But the whole fine thing, what are you supposed to do? NFL has to play this game.
But $350,000 to the team and only $14,000 to the guy that lied.
We don't know what Aaron Rodgers told his team.
He told the Packers. He told the Packers, it's on record. The Packers released it. He told the Packers he had been he considered himself immunized from the work his private doctor did for him. That's what he told the Packers in August.
There you go. I don't know. I'm kind of over all of that. Like all of it. Like, okay, whatever. But that's the NFL having to do what the NFL has to do. That's no more than CYA.
But
right?
is it,
That's all that is,
but,
Tom.
and here's my problem. It seems like that the NFL is taking COVID-19. Aaron Rodgers will help you win, but he's got COVID-19. He lied to us. He's out. There's the rules. He's out. Lawrence Phillips beat up his wife. He could score touchdowns. We'll give him another shot.
Sure. Well, that's a different thing, right? I mean,
it seems like the NFL is taking COVID punishment much more serious than they're taking
of course.
Any other punishment. And which one is worse, lying about getting an immunization for COVID-19 or beating your wife?
Well, that's society right now, isn't it?
Well,
that's how society views everything.
Hey, well, not in the city of Ocala, because if you get arrested for domestic abuse against your wife, hitting her with a blow dryer in the back of the head, you go to jail and you lose your job as HR director at the city.
And you should, by the way. You most certainly should.
Second incident, too, for Jared Turnson, the former city HR director. Second offense of domestic abuse.
I think that's the key, right? And it's escalated. So,
I mean, what? It's not. I can't get into it. It boggles the mind that what drives somebody to hit somebody with a hair dryer in the back of the, and then get in a fight with the son of the
stepson.
God, it's just worse. And this is people tabbed by our city manager to be head of human resources.
Well, I was wondering how long that was going to take. Did she hire him? I don't think she did.
I think she was in HR, and when I'd have to check, but I think when she moved up, she gave the graces for him. I don't know for sure if that's 100%. I'll have to look into that. But he's been here. He's been with the city since 2000. He's been with the city since 2011, I think. So maybe not. She may have not.
Okay.
She wasn't city manager when he was hired. No, she was not. She definitely was not. Matt Brower was city manager when he was hired.
No, okay. Well, then, I mean, that, you can't.
And she swiftly accepted his resignation. He called her on Sunday, said, "I'm going to resign." She said, "Yeah." Oh, that's probably what you need to do. So that she didn't have to fire him because he saw the writing on the wall and resigned. But she immediately took his resignation and said that his actions were deplorable and not the standards that the city wants from any of their employees. Sandra Wilson has done everything she can do to make sure that she's doing this the right way, so nobody can say that she was looking out for this guy. She's not. She said, what you did was deplorable. You don't need to be employed by the city anymore, and we accept your resignation. She's done exactly what her job title and what she's supposed to do in this instance.
Right. Well, it wasn't political, was it?
It was not. Guy allegedly hits his wife in the back of the head with a blow dryer in an argument, and then attacks his stepson when he comes in to break up the melee. And by the way, all of it, are you ready for this? I know this is going to be a surprise. All of it, it seems, allegedly, alcohol-fueled.
Well, most of these things are. Yeah. Nobody sober says, now's a good time to just give my wife a whack
with a blow dryer
outside the head.
I'm sober. I'm in a relatively good mood. Let's hit her in the back of the head with a blow dryer.
Everything seems to be going well. Yeah. No, that's not a shock.
No, but
not a shock at all.
It is once again just another black eye on a administration, a city and an administration that's had a few black eyes recently. Yes, I'm using the pun "black eye" on purpose, but we got to be better than that. All around, and there's no way that Sandra Wilson or any of the assistant city managers can control what happens at Jared Turnson's house, when he's not on the clock or anything. But you just would hope that the people we have in power, especially in HR, would make better decisions than what were made.
You would hope, Tom. But to me, this is why our election on Tuesday has even more ramifications, right? I mean, we have some decisions to make in this community, and I think we already made that with marriage to make sure that we're going to stay what everybody knows as Marion County, and what we're going to stand and hold to our own. I don't know. I think there's let's see what happens on Tuesday.
It is.
I think it's a real referendum.
I do believe it's a referendum.
And by the way, she has to hate this. I know inside there's a lot of politicking going on inside the city. I am sure there is, right? About who should vote for who, and I know she has to stay out of the election. But let's see what happens. See what happens.
You know that there's no way that the city hall can. There's no way they saw this coming, first off, because it was a reactionary thing. But second, there's just no, when they got in Monday morning, people were like, again, really? You know that had to be the reaction is, can we catch a break here? Can we catch a break? But a lot of the strife and all that's going on with the city is self-inflicted, in my opinion.
Absolutely correct. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And again, when you have a real lack of leadership, that's what's going to happen.
And
it's hard to blame. You cannot blame the city manager for what some drunk guy did.
No,
you can't.
No,
you can't.
But when you start looking at the totality of things going on,
sure,
then you start drawing you can make some observations, start drawing some conclusions.
Sure.
That's my point. Is it's not this one incident that you have to look at; it's the totality of the incidents.
No, and again, I made it very clear. My vote is all about the traffic on Mary Camp. That's where my vote is.
This is you had the incident with the fire chief. Then you have the incident where linemen are leaving in droves because they don't feel like they don't feel like they're accurately getting what they need for rest time, and they don't believe they're being paid adequately, and that's up for discussion whether that's accurate or not. But that's how they feel. You got morale at the fire department after the fire chief dipped to an all-time low, I would think, and from the people I've talked to, it wasn't good. You got people who don't trust assistant city managers now because they think that handwritten notes and all were kind of a shoddy backroom way to do things. And it's just when you look at the totality of everything, it questions whether the people at the top are able to do the job they're hired to do. And you have to ask that question when you look at the totality of all the incidents.
And by the way, it makes it easier for the incoming city council to make a change now, doesn't it?
And I thought, to me, the best way to make a change is, if you're going to make a change, contracts are up at the end of the fiscal year. Just let them know you're not rehiring them. They're not going to be brought back, and start doing a search for a city manager, an assistant city manager, whatever position you don't want to bring the person back in. If I was a city council, I would not fire anybody, because that sets yourself up for lawsuits. And geez, we know the city's facing enough lawsuits right now. So I would let the contract expire and just say we're going in a different direction and start looking for new whatever personnel we're going to go with. That's how I would handle it. I'm afraid though that that's not going to be how it's handled. I'm afraid that there's going to be some vengeful actions may be taken if a new council is sat to the point where they think they can get some the votes to do so.
And again, I would disagree with that. I would completely disagree with that. All it's going to do is open this up.
Of course it is. I would completely disagree with that.
And it'll look, because of the makeup of how it's being done, it'll be viewed as nothing more than a racist political move.
A racist, vengeful political move.
Sure.
Yeah. what sets the city up for more By the way, the city's already set up for litigation from the fire chief. And now you want to go behind that and do more damage by firing somebody else that could set you up for a lawsuit?
Yeah.
Contracts are up at the end of the fiscal year. Let them expire. That would be the smart move, in my opinion.
And again, what she'll be, it'll be basically she'll have no power for once you make that assessment.
So, in the near future, you will be going to one of my favorite cities in the near future, within the next 2 or 3, 4 weeks, somewhere along there. I don't want to tell people all your private business and your timelines, but you'll be going to a city that's very, very near and dear to me. You're going to the city created by General James Oglethorpe, Savannah, Georgia. Looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's my wife's first time, and so it should be a lot of fun. We're excited about it.
It's one of those cities that you can always find something new every time you go.
Well, I haven't been there with my wife, so I've only been there for work. So it'll be fun to be able to enjoy it on a more kind of a relaxed feel.
Okay, can I give you some advice?
I'd love advice.
Make sure that you have a credit card that has a lot of room on it. Just hand it to your wife. When you walk down Broughton, just hand it to your wife and say, "Yes, dear, I'll carry that bag too." And just carry the bags.
Yes. Well, and that's where we're staying, so it should be fun.
Because Broughton is
fun. I don't think she's prepared for what she's about to encounter. Savannah's like going back in time.
Yeah, it really is.
All the rich people.
It really is. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very genteel.
Yeah, sure.
So you got to do the sites. You got to go look at you got to take her to the cemetery where the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is based on. Come on, you got to do that. You got to do touristy things. You got to take in Forsyth Park. Got to take in Forsyth Park.
We're going to do that.
Got to go to Chippewa Square. You got to go to Chippewa Square and know that Forrest Gump's bus bench is not there because there are no bus benches on any squares in Savannah, that they put it there special just for the movie.
Yep.
Got to do that. Get the Cotton Exchange is downtown with a rooftop bar on it now.
I do. I've heard, like, that wasn't there the last time I was there, but I'm told that place is simply amazing.
And go.
So it'll be a little chilly.
And this is a guy who worked for Mellow Mushroom for a very long time, and I opened that Mellow Mushroom right by Savannah College of Art and Design. But that's not where you need to go. Go get you a slice at Vinnie Van Gogh-Go's.
Well, it's on our list.
It's on Market Street. It's in Market Street. Go get it.
Yeah.
Go to Vinnie Van Gogh-Go's and get a slice. It'll change how you think of Savannah. And don't fall victim to the tourist trap of River Street. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, we're going to the Pirate. I think we're going to go try to eat at the Pirate place for lunch.
And try to get into the Pink House if you can. Try to get into the Pink House.
We're going to go down there and try to get on the waiting list. And you gave me a really good suggestion. So I don't know why you can't call up somebody and say, "Hey, I got a guy who's coming." I mean, you own that town.
All my contacts that were boosters and all then were, in their 40s and 50s 30 years ago, so they're dead now. So they were big partiers. They're dead now.
It's unfortunate.
Hey, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, we're actually in the Shores at the Walmart down there, so come by and see us there. But as always, right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. And again, donate blood. We need it. You got it. So share it.
Galen, have a good time. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
In September, Special Counsel John Durham announced a former Clinton campaign attorney, Michael Sussman, was indicted by a grand jury for lying to the FBI with regards to the Russia collusion lie. The indictment also alleges that Sussman coordinated with representatives and agents of the Hillary Clinton campaign. Now it's been discovered White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is the foreign policy advisor referred to in the indictment. In other news, a federal judge said records from the Trump White House can be turned over to the House committee investigating January 6. President Obama-appointed District Judge Tanya Chutkan said Congress should have access to the records. An illegal immigrant pleaded guilty Tuesday to killing 2 additional people during a 4-person murder spree in northern Nevada in 2019. 22-year-old Wilbur Ernesto Martinez Guzman pleaded guilty to first-degree murder in the deaths of Connie Coons and Sophia Rankin. USA Radio News.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID. With guidelines and regulations changing by the week, one thing is certain. You need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. One thing is certain. You need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
Let's get an update.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. USDA's Ag Statistics Service has issued the November estimate of the harvest this year for peanuts. They're showing that Alabama dropped down from 3,600 pound in October to 3,400 pound average yield. Florida went down also 200 pounds per acre from 3,700 to 3,500 pound average yield per acre. Georgia stayed the same, 4,400 pound per acre, and that will be their estimate for November. Production overall